A Cat 4 is a very powerful storm. It could be a very deadly storm. That's why we have to watch this forecast so closely. It's absolutely devastating for the Bahamas right now. The eye continues to move to the west a little bit and now west-northwest, and these rain bands just keep developing and swinging in along the coast. We could see some tornadic activity. Some tornadoes are possible as these bands come in, so that's something we watch for as well. But the gusty winds and the heavy rainfall, and if these bands just keep coming over and over and over again, that's where we get into a situation where we could see some localized flooding as well. We could see 5, 6, 7, even up to 10 inches of rainfall as these bands come in over the next couple of days. Now, if we try to track them, they're moving at about 40 miles per hour. So they're not as easy to track as slower moving showers, obviously. We give you a rough estimate that the rainfall coming in from Sebastian down to Hope Sound is going to swing down here to the southwest and could be around Taylor Creek at 12:55, Marcy at 12:42. We could see this band that's developing offshore sweep on into the Jupiter area in the next 30 minutes or so, and then Stewart just after 1 o'clock and Port St. Lucie at 1:13. This part of the band, as it swings down toward Palm Beach, could be in West Palm Beach at 12:36, Palm Beach Gardens at 12:45, and maybe the acreage at 12:58 if it all holds together. And there's a lot more where that came from. There's plenty of moisture out there. As John and Holland just said, it's so moist outside. There's a ton of moisture in the air, and the circulation around this storm keeps grabbing this moisture and throwing it all into our area here. At the center of the storm, about 90 miles offshore of Palm Beach right now. Here's a look at Vipercast. Watch what happens as we continue through the day today. These bands just keep on coming. Here in this computer model is the eye coming very close. This is a new computer model run here. We're going to have to watch that carefully. That's just coming in while I'm showing that to you on the air right now. Look how close that eye comes to the Florida coast. I'm going to check on that in a moment, but these are new computer model runs coming in at noon today. So we'll see how close that eye gets to the Florida coast and then starts to move up toward the Space Coast there, and that could bring us a lot of rainfall. Remember, any little shift in this storm, where it is right now, 90 miles offshore, 100 miles away from us, the center of the storm, any little shift the storm makes from way out there could have a much greater impact on us as it continues to move to the west. Watches and warnings that are in effect, a hurricane warning in effect for the Treasure Coast, a hurricane watch for eastern parts of Palm Beach County, a tropical storm warning for all of Palm Beach County. In Okeechobee County, a storm surge warning for the Treasure Coast and for coastal Palm Beach County, with the chance for that storm surge coming on in and then eventually easing up as we get to maybe later in the week. But here's the track from the Hurricane Center. Right now it has a west-northwesterly movement, but that could easily shift back to the west. That's why we're being so careful with this forecast and why we're not celebrating right now the fact that a lot of the forecast is out. A lot of our area is out of the cone because there's still time for this to move around. It's moving so slowly. We have to watch every bit of it carefully. It's going to move up to the north here, and then eventually as we get to Wednesday night and Thursday, it's just going to take off toward the east, and we'll be done with it. But folks, our friends and family along the east coast and southeast coast are going to have to watch this storm very carefully as it moves up the coast.